Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, Dr. Anthony Qureshi, and I welcome you all for Beyond Education, inspiring stories to inspire the world. It is a unique talk show that invites people to share their stories with the whole world because we know that everyone has a story to tell that can inspire millions of people around the world. So, my dear viewers, let me introduce you to a very special guest. We have Dr. Surya Villanueva from Philippines. She had a national certificates in trainers methodology trainings program, finishing course with Voice in the Egypt with competency in English language proficiency, personality development, English grammar refresher, accent neutralization, customer service, call flow handling, call simulation, keyboarding, and career building. And she was awarded honoris causa doctor in media and communication as a member of administrator was in hospitality, hotel and restaurant management, educational institution. She had attended sustainability, hospitality, education, issues, prospects, and direction seminar. And she was a board member of media of IITC International Youth Business Committee and Global Influencers Magazine. She has participated in local and international organizations and a lot. And she was as office manager, marketing sourcing specialist, and yielded several batches of quality trainings, developed leaders, improved positive working relationships and working environments. As a BPO FCCA trainer, we just quality trainees after the training, yielded quality employees that exceed their employee expectations, build good foundation and pillar to the institution, and promote the quality training globally. So this is in fact a short about our guest. So now to start with, let me just ask you, like you are a trainer. So, how did you firstly choose this field, being in a training field or being a trainer? Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. I said that's a very, very good and inspiring question. But before I answer that, I would like to greet everyone. Namaste. And from the Philippines, I just want to say mabuhay from the Philippines. Maraming salamat po. Well, being a trainer, that was actually it's not what we say accidentally, but because of your passion, of course, share your knowledge for everybody else, especially girls and children, where I really love to work with. That's what happened, and I became a trainer. I started, of course, from training from the BPO, the business process outsourcing industries, and of course started as I'm listening. I'm also learning and still learning. We never stop learning. If we really wanted to share and want to mold the society to a better place, we have to learn every day. Even from small children, we really have to learn. There's a lot of things to be learned from them.
It's a great feel, in fact, when we are in the training field. We learn every day. We come in contact with new people every day, and we learn a lot. So, let me just know, like, it's how many years that you are into this training field, and what kind of trainings do you conduct?
Well, technically, I am the expert in my expertise is for training, of course, the call center trainees, and of course small children. I do also tutorial for the small children, and we conduct also reading literacy for the young ones. Since if we're gonna observe right now, there's hundreds of young people, the youth that who cannot read actually. So now we're having an advocacy of teaching them in 21 days everybody can learn how to read, so we're focusing now on reading.
So yeah, that's again a great thing. And now, like I was reading, you are also into you're a member of administrators and hospitality, and you have attended the seminars and other kind of conferences. So can you just tell something about this, about your role, how you
Yes.
deal with this in this field?
it really happens, like also accidentally also, when of course being a young grandmother, I stayed with my grandchildren, and established a small business in a small town. And then there it happens that in that town there's a lot of, you know, beaches, there's a lot of um hotels, resort, that there's a lot of foreigners going there. So I have an interest. I've got this interest in this hospitality, since there's a lot of foreigners, and I talked to the office of Department of Tourism there. How can I offer my help? Because I really don't want just to sit down there, you know, taking care of my granddaughters and then doing nothing. Since my passion is, of course, with teaching, and also with interacting with different people and serving also them. And then they offer this thing, how the hospitality training. And then there's a group of resort owner there that I really have to handle one kind of resort there, that this was actually the oldest house there in that place. So it's already, you know, historical.
Wow, a historical house, and the way you're talking about it, grandchildren, so that's something unbelievable seeing you actually. And one more interesting thing, I just saw in your profile, you are a Rotarian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rotarian. Okay.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also a
Oh,
Rotarian, in fact. So,
oh,
so I just wanted to
so
know about it.
Rotary there in India. So can
Yes,
I
yes,
can
number
we
of,
be a sister, you know, sister club? We can go ahead and talk about the Rotary later. Okay.
yeah,
Being
yeah.
a Rotarian is not just, you know, you say you're just a Rotarian, but you have to walk the talk, right? Like we said, the international motto is service above self. So we actually in Rotary, we actually, you know, serve a lot of people. And being Rotarian, that really, you know, wake up my, you know, that's sometimes we say that in order to help you have much, you know, but every day when you do that community outreach, then you realize that there's a lot of people there, there's a lot of, you know, children, there's a lot of youth, there's a lot of different kind of people who really needs help. Since, you know, I just would like to introduce that being a president nominee in the Rotary Club of Quezon City Mediatek, that's District 3780. I know you know about it. This is actually a group of individuals, professionals, and advocates that focuses on creating greater impact to society, of course, using the media and technology. Because normally, when you talk about the Rotary, members there are from that place only. But we call our club as interest-based club. We only have two interest-based club here in our district, and that is our club, the Media and MediaTek. The reason why it was Rotary Club of Quezon City MediaTek, because it's a combination of people from media and technology. So what really happened is we focuses on greater impacts to the society using our media and technology. We continuously pioneer, of course, the utilization of cutting edge media and technology for the betterment of the Filipino communities, of course, and for the betterment also of broader Rotary community. So it's really an honor and privilege if we can be a sister club for the Rotary, of course. And our mission is to create also the value to society by sharing our talents to help others, take care of each other to become more useful, and have long-term relationship and nourish leadership to serve people better. We also conduct programs and advocacy work that will be useful to the next generation. We can also create programs that will contribute to the economy and, of course, fuel our good deeds to help others, guided by, of course, the Rotary four-way test. Our core values is, of course, the meaningful service, ethical, diversity, inclusion, advocate, truthful, equality, collaborative, helpful. And we focus, of course, on on the 7 areas of focus. You know that, my sister.
Yes, you say you know that. And our club actually it comes under Rotary District 3030. It's in India. So it's called 3030. And yes, we will look forward sometime to associate with you for that. Yes, ma'am. Nextly, I would like to know from you. Now you are a trainer, but how were you as a student during your school days? You are a good student, or average student, or a not even. How were you?
Oh, you know what? I just realized that I said, because when you're old, you realize that you miss a lot of things if you're not naughty. You miss a lot of things if you did not make those students doing right. Because when I was young, of course, my parents, I grow up with these parents who are my inspirations, and my grandmothers, and because my father died when I was a little, so we really have to go back to our town and live with our grandparents in our ancestral house. So I grow up with a family of a lot of people always going to our place. And being a student, sometimes I'll just go home and tell my grandmother or my mother, because my mother have to work on a different place. I just have to say, oh, I have an academic excellence. I have a medal. I have like that. So maybe I was good, and I miss some of the the normal life of the student, because as really understand that there is a difference between education and experience, right? So my experience was not that, I think it's not word. I remember a quotation from Pete Seeger that, do you know the difference between education and experience? Education is when you read the fine print, and experience is what you get if you don't. Since the fine print is the contract, like in credit cards there are contracts, so there are fine prints also. These are the contracts, the terms, the condition, the disclosure, and if you don't read that one, it's gonna be misleading, right? So when you were misleaded, that is already an experience.
Of course. That was really a good that I learned from you, the difference between education and experience. And what did you want to become when you were very young? Now you are a trainer, but you must be having some kind of aspirations when you were a child or when you were very young, a student. What did you want to become?
When I was young and when I was a student, actually, when I was young and I was student, I live in a very normal life of a student, right? I really miss now. Tomorrow we'll be having the alumni homecoming with our high school student, but I already promised them that I will go, but due to some works and important things and family matters, I think I cannot go, and I'm gonna miss that kind of life, of that kind of the reunion of the student life. So maybe if I happen to go there we're gonna talk about our students life. We're gonna talk about everything, because we believe that high school life is also the most happy life in all levels of education, right? And as now being a student and now being a parent, I also believe that we parents has the greatest influence over the children's literacy. So because I grow old, I grow old without a father, because my father died when I was young, and my mother also had died when I was like in my college. So it's kind of hard if you don't have both parents who will guide you, right? Because we believe that the parents actually has the greatest influence, and family as the smallest institution in the community really plays a great role, and that is where parents teach our first lesson and be an inspiration in supporting every children, every dream and ambition of a student.
Yeah, well, you're also an environmentalist and a pet lover, and think you have taken many projects even that. So can you just tell, like you have helped in planting trees and coastal cleanup, and all, can you just tell something about these activities?
I'm sorry, you get it.
Yeah, you are an environmentalist and you are a pet lover, and you have taken up some activities like planting trees and coastal cleaning and all that. So can you just share about those activities?
Oh, I really love pets. Actually, I have to share this experience of mine. I have this we have this French bulldog that was given to me by my friend, and I don't realize that she's already pregnant. She was pregnant with a golden retriever. So imagine how big the golden retriever is and how small the French bulldog is. So we didn't realize that she was already pregnant, and she has a premature labor. So I really have to take her to the veterinary clinic or the animal hospital. And I was empty-handed that time. So I really have to, ask for the support and help of my friends for that. And of course, we are we are more conscious about our environment. So we do also tree planting in our places. In Rotary, we had a lot of tree plantings also, right? Because we believe that the trees we plant today will actually shield a lot of children for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a great thought. Yes, when we plant trees, we are actually we are preparing for good life, for better life, for our future generations and time. And yes, you are also one of the hosts for RCQC Media Tech private team. It's a free webinar program for the young people and professionals. So how do we discuss on this webinars?
Okay, we do webinars also. Let me just go ahead and give you, about what Mulut Media is. This is actually a digital streaming platform that is powered by, the technology. So here, this is a multi-tenant digital streaming platform where we actually conceptualize this one. This is backed up with breakthrough technologies like big data, blockchain, artificial intelligence that serve as monetization avenue and infotainment and edutainment platform as well. So the industries has actually evolved considerably, and now online streaming and digital streaming entertainment has become the primary method on reaching consumers. This has opened door also for us to innovate and for the entertainment industry, synergizing, of course, that technology to the entertainment world. This give us an equal footing from the existing network giants. So we do webinars. We entertain those people, especially the unserved and underserved, people who really wanted to showcase their talents, their masterpieces. So we're open for that since especially during the time of pandemic, they have this very small chances to showcase their talents. So we're open for that.
No, that's really great. And especially like you were talking about the technologies. Yes, these are all the very current technologies, blockchain, AI, and all. Even these are all my area of interest and which I'm working. So this is really great to know, and like to listen to some of your webinars in future if possible. And you're also the board member of IYBC, that is International Youth Business Community and Global Influencers Magazine. So now, what is this about?
Oh, this actually happened during the pandemic. I met this Mr. John Praise extension for this one, and he approaches me and asked me if I could be in the creatives and the media. Since I was in the media, I said yes, and we actually have a very good experiences and time with them during the pandemic. Of course, you know, the internet has a greater role for everyone. Even you're far and you speak different languages, but you can understand each other. Since I remember Albert Einstein said that it has became apparently obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity, right, according to Albert Einstein. And technology actually brought us together. Like in business today, you are on the edge if you have the technology, right?
Yeah, that's great. And now, after listening to you, after the so many things that you have been doing, I would like to ask you one question. How do you manage your time for all these activities, for serving in different organizations, playing different roles? How do you manage time?
They say that of all the things that you're gonna manage, time sometimes is the hardest things that you can manage. But do you believe that it takes 21 days to make it a habit? So at first it's really hard, but if it's already within your system, that's gonna be automatically. It's like when you wake up, you have to do this, you have to do that, and everything follows. So it's some sort of organizing, managing the time management and applying it with yourself.
Yeah. And following your career and making your career, any kind of difficult situations that you have faced, any kind of challenges that you have come across.
Oh yeah, since I'm also in the marketing expert of a tech at a kind of company, we call it the Mara Labs, and this is a system integration company which is headquartered in the United States that provides innovative technology solutions to businesses of all sizes. I'm not a techie person, so sometimes when I do a presentation and I have potential clients and I presented this company, they have this questions with technical terms about technology, and I really have to say, oh, I'm sorry, I still need to do a research and I'll come back to you with the answer. So that is very challenging, but that made me realize that I really have to study and learn more about technology, especially today technology really majority of everything that we do is with the technology now.
Yes, of course, there are some kind of difficulties. However, how much we study and how experienced we are, obviously there will be something lacking that it's how we use it. We need to learn more. We need to keep on learning, in fact, and especially the new things that we come across. And who's your role model?
I'm sorry.
Your role model.
Oh, yeah. I think of course my parents, my family, but above all, of course, God with the blessings every day before you go to work, really have to ask for the guidance of our God, and you will not be forsaken.
Yeah, of course, your parents are always a role model. And what according to you is your biggest achievement?
I think for me, my biggest achievement, this is like a question in a beauty contest. I always said that my biggest achievement is being a mother for my children. It's kind of hard. Motherhood is the profession without a break, a profession without a salary, a profession without a pause. So it's a 24/7 responsibility and work. So if we're gonna achieve, if we're gonna have those responsibilities and do it well, that is already a greatest achievement in your life. And of course, one of those also is having a true friends, these people that surrounds you, these people that sees you and happy for you when they see you shines, they see you succeed. Those are the blessings in my life.
That's really amazing. And we have to post for that, you said, the biggest achievement was being a mother. And, in one of the talks when I just called, I have given the same answer when I asked this, what is your biggest achievement? So it's really amazing to speak about it. And why don't you share about some of your future goals? Yeah, either personal, professional, some goals that you must have set for yourself.
Yeah, of course, all of us, we still have goals, right? We still dream for more. I said dreamers are not only for young children. You know, in my senior age, I'm turning 61 on September. So I still have a lot of dreams. Of course, our dreams already in our age is not for us anymore, but of course for our children, for the next generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Before ending our session, because you are a trainer, so we would like to have few tips from you to develop our career as a trainer. This for the ones who are listening to us and they aspire to be trainers. So few tips from you to become a good trainer, to become a successful trainer.
Okay, for me to become a good trainer, you should become a good trainee also. Like when I'm doing a training with the American accent, I advise them, okay, this is what you're gonna do. If you wanted to learn the American accent, you have to watch movie. You have to watch American movie, and you have to follow how they talk, and you have to talk silently. You have to follow them. The lines, the dialogues, you have to follow them because they have the accent, right? Now, if you want to talk in English, you really have to think in English. So like we are Filipino, so sometimes of course we think in Filipino, but exercise it that you have to think everything in English. When you talk, it's someone help you in talking English. Because this is not our first language, but English, you really have to learn English because this is, a universal, they say it's a universal language. So if you know English, at least everybody can understand you, right?
Oh, that was a very great tip because yes, English is a universal language, and if you want to develop a career, not only just in training, but even in other fields, if you want to grow yourself at the global level, you should be knowing this language. And like even in India, yes, English is not your mother tongue. We have many different languages that we speak. But yes, this is a very basic thing that we should be knowing, and that is really a great tip coming from you. And any message that you would like to give to our audience?
Okay, before we end this one, I really wanted to thank you everyone and namaste. I really wanted to learn how to speak, because I have a lot of friends from you there. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. That's why when you approached me, would you like to be to honor the show? I just said yes because I know the best thing in life is to share what you have. It's not just getting, but the best thing for me is give what you have and share it with everyone. Leading, you have to create a leader because being a leader, you have to create more great leaders. And you need to be a balancer, to be a link in peaceful rise and betterment in the country, right? So that's what I'm gonna share with everyone. And again, being a Rotarian, and you, my sister, you are a Rotarian also, and I'm very very privileged today to talk with my sister who's Rotarian there, and I'm asking you to be our sister club here in the Philippines. So maybe we can talk a lot about the Rotary way, right? And for the people watching right now, I really wanted you to tap yourself and you have to tell yourself that, hey, you are doing well. And, give an applause. Everybody's doing well. It really depends on how you see it.
That was really a great message. And yes, the difference on how to see us. And next thing you talk about sharing. Yes, of course. Sharing is very important. And the third thing that we talk about is being a leader. If you want to be a great leader, we have to create leaders. And actually, let me tell you, we are very fortunate because the show is happening because of our leader, a very humble person, Engineer Ravi Shankar, Sir, the founder of Agriwine Group of Companies. So actually believes in like giving opportunities to everyone. So he is one of the great leaders, and it is because of him that we are here on this platform together. So thank you, ma'am, for joining with us, and also great thanks to our founder, Ravi Shankar, sir, and the people who are always working 24/7 behind the screens to make all of the sessions successful. That is Renu Lasmi, our CEO, and Seenat Ma'am, the CFP. So I thank them and all associated with this. So special thanks to you, ma'am, for joining with us and being us on this show and for sharing one more episode of Beyond Education. So my dear viewers, please keep on watching us and please keep on listening to new stories every day. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Anjum. And before we end, I really would like to greet every mother to the Happy Mother's Day. It's going to be our Mother's Month.
Yes.
And I would like to leave this to you guys, humbled and honored and continuously learning using my voice to serve and empower others through media, believing and lifting others while being lifted, soaring high with love, passion, and faith, leaving footprints not because we're lost, but we're humbled by the experiences, and that made us stay grounded. Be an inspiration to inspire others and to make other an inspiration too. Namaste. Maraming salamat po from the Philippines.
Thank you. We can end the meeting now.
Thank you.